And I appreciate the joke. It is funny.
Do you know who owns the helicopter?
I imagine it's the Australian Defence.
The Australian Defence Force. Okay. And who takes sort of carriage of the Australian Defence Force?
So that would be the Minister of Defence.
Minister of Defence. Okay. This is going to seem like a silly question, I know. Did the Minister of Defence or any person from the Australian Defence Force give you any permission or authority to damage that helicopter today? Like yes. I said, I thought
I'd like to say he rang me up and encouraged me to have a good go because he's been stymied in his job. He hasn't been able to stop the water the way he'd really like to. But that would be total bullshit.
Okay.
No.
Do I need to ask the question again?
No, nobody gave me any authority.
I suppose just to clarify, you didn't receive a letter or a phone call from anyone at the department saying, Mr. Law, go hard, take a matic, cut through the fence, go over there and smack into a helicopter?
No. God spoke to me.
God spoke to you, okay.
Thank you.
So as you identified, the Australian Defence Force or the Minister of Defence would be aircraft?
Yeah.
Or any representative of the
agency? No, they wouldn't have liked what I did at all.
Okay. And what about to enter the airport grounds? Did you have any permission or authority for that?
Oh, yeah, Brad, when we were at the ball together.
Brad? You're referring to Brad Carter?
Yeah. Well, Brad, I like to call him.
First name basis for you? Okay.
Same thing, no.
No?
No permission or authority from the council.
Okay. Were you aware at the time of one entering the airport grounds or cutting the chain entering the airport grounds and then damaging the helicopter that you were committing offences?
I was.
Okay. Is what's transpired since then in terms of being arrested, speaking to us here now, what's occurred, what you thought was going to occur?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Are you happy with what's transpired today?
I am.
Okay. Sort of thing to start with. Do you know who owns the gate or who owns the chain around the gate?
No, but I heard you say it was the Rockhampton Regional Council.
Yeah, that's correct. That's right.
Yeah.
Do you know if the Rockhampton Regional Council, now I asked Bryan this yesterday and it some laughter from himself and Margaret, did they, as in the council, give yourself or Bryan or any other person permission or authority to damage that chain?
I had a call from Evan Pardon just before the event. He's the CEO and he said, go for it, Graeme, go for it, you can do anything you like.
It's a fairly similar answer to Bryan as well, isn't
it? So he had Brett, well, it's Brett Carter.
Brad, as you said, Brad, and they're on a first name basis.
I suppose at this point in time it probably is appropriate to just... You came in yesterday afternoon and the two of you were in separate cells. Yeah. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then after the interview was completed with Bryan last night, instructions were provided by me to the Watch House staff to ensure that the two of you were placed together. So during the course of the night and prior to, I understand, Mr. Law being taken to the hospital last evening for some treatment in relation to a condition that he has, have you two discussed yesterday's events?
Oh, of course.
Have you two discussed his interview?
He mentioned it. He mentioned this joke about Brad Carter, which I'm replaying for you.
I wonder how I come up with that. So,
well noticed.
Clearly, it's not just a pretty face. It is important, and I appreciate the joke. It is funny, but it should be in your mind that these are your responses because this is your interview as well. Okay?
It is.
So,
hey, look, how much does that chain cost?
I think Bryan has already offered up the $5 I think it's got a little bit more these days. If you're looking at the opportunity to pay compensation to the council, I think Bryan's already got that.
All right.
So,
anyway, he cut the chain, not I.
All right. So yes, I just wanted to. You have discussed his interview at some length, whether it's in detail or not.
Not much about the interview. We talked about the incident.
Okay.
More than that, what had happened when he got on the airfield, because I couldn't see any of that. He was out of sight, out of range.
Okay. Yep. That's fine. I just wanted to clarify that issue, that's all.
Okay, so all jokes aside, Graeme, can I ask you that question again? Did anyone from the council give you guys, or give Bryan or yourself any permission or authority to damage that chain?
No.
Or to break that chain?
No.
Okay.
You obviously understand there are statutised laws.
There are so many laws. I think you break the law by breathing these days, and they can make it retrospective.
We'll all be in trouble then, won't we?
We are.
We are in trouble. We've got a state out of control. We're in permanent war. This is real trouble.
I appreciate the joke. It is funny.